got that for this Michelle. Hey. Spicy! Welcome back to another edition. Way to be back with the gang. Cleo Green in the background, Ed, Prime Styles, everybody. We appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. We got a couple nice little discussions that we need to get into, and then we got a special guest, man, my man for a very long time, doing some good things in the community. First, before we start, I'd like to shout out Ed for always allowing us to brighten up this community with a nice little sports talk and bringing everybody together and just having a good time and all of that good stuff. For me, we have the Friday Night League starting up by popular demand. We got kids from ages 3 this year, and we're going all the way up to 18. I had a lot of guys that I felt like we left out last year, so we need to get back into making sure they have a place to go. I don't like to leave people in the cold. It's getting cold out.
It's cold.
And it's about 79 degrees in the gym, so you can always come in if nothing else and watch the game.
True.
We are looking for coaches. If anybody's interested, please email me. You can go to the website, CoachBshow.com. All the information is there. Coach Cleo, everybody's there. We're also doing a toy drive. My daughter came to me and she wanted to do something different this year. She's a very spoiled child. So for her to say she wanted to do something for somebody else, to me around this time was really, really big. So we're doing a toy drive. If anyone is interested, again, you can hit me up on Facebook. You can hit me up on Instagram. You can get in contact with Gerald as well. That's all I have on my side. Gerald, what we got going on, man? What's going on with this league?
So last week we didn't have games. We had a little problem.
Okay.
It's fixed. So this week I'm looking forward to a lot of hard fouls. Posted a lot of things on the webpage, All City Classic, 302 Basketball. We discussed the non-defensive players in the league. Timon, Cartwright, of course. You know what I mean? Number one. A few other players out there that made the list.
Well, let's get away from the non-defenders. Let's go to the primetime defenders. I seen some people nominated certain people. I myself nominated my teammate, Mike Savage, who to me, he's one of the better defenders. And then I had a couple people chime in. Shout out to Tail, man. Tail was very, very upset when you didn't put his name up there, because 90% of the time, he's known for his offense shooting the ball. He's not known for playing D, but we don't recognize players like that. Also, somebody that I reached out to was Corbin.
Right.
Man, you gotta give Corb respect, man. Corb always got the steals. He always got a bunch of rebounds. He's always getting them like pickpockets where he's just getting easy layups. So he's somebody that I nominated too. I thought he was another good defender in that league. And there's a couple more honorable mentions. JD is a really good rebounder.
Definitely.
Boxes out, all of that stuff. But there's a lot of people that go unlooked, like my boy Ak. I gotta give Ak some love. He's not giving no layups up. That's part of defense.
But here is the problem. When I put it up there, I put it up there for other people to nominate. Because if
And I
I
see
nominate it, that makes me biased. Because I'm going to put my team, because they play defense.
And we had this discussion last week about your biasism with your team and how you manipulate them in with shorts and stuff. But we'll talk about that on volume 3.
I got shorts in the back for sale too.
That's exactly. Hey, we have 302 All City Classic shorts on sale. Everything is for sale. We're not giving up anything. You want parts? Get your check together and write checks out. We take money orders. We take all of that stuff.
And we take credit cards.
We do have this swiper. Go ahead and send it. Or you can PayPal me and I'll give it to him. Either way you want to do it. We also got the hoodies out. The hoodies is dope,
Dude,
man.
the hoodies.
Hoodies is definitely dope. I seen them. I seen the gold. I seen the silver. Of course, you guys see one of my sponsors is Bull Body. He's always taking care of the kids, making sure they're in shape and stuff like that. And we also got Lace the OG, which we're gonna get into in a minute. But before we move on, we got to get into some more of this basketball stuff, because we had a bunch of really, really good games. And I wanted to talk about, of course, your team. And I know y'all seen my Knicks last night. Let's not sleep on the unicorn. We have faith in the unicorn. It's the first time we had a Nick have 30, 15, 5 blocks. We ain't back. We missing the point guard. And 5 threes, that's 7-3. You know, we not back, but I'm definitely going to big my man up. This is my guy, so we naturally going to ride his wave. But I want to talk about this guy that they're saying is better than Jordan still.
They're not saying it. It is what it is.
People are saying he's better than Jordan.
Man, listen.
Even Isaiah Thomas. I was so disappointed with Isaiah Thomas.
What was he supposed to say?
I was disappointed with him. And I think it's a little bit of hate. He hated the fact that Jordan took over their spot, wiped Detroit out the way, and now it's like, oh, LeBron is the best player because he was this and he was that. But Jordan just smashed y'all, and then y'all was irrelevant for the rest of your career.
I don't think Jordan would have did that to LeBron. Don't think it would have happened.
I think he would have.
Not at all.
I don't think LeBron even had the mindset during what Jordan's time was.
LeBron.
You got really quiet.
LeBron
There was
now.
a pause there. You know why I know I was right? Because he doesn't pause, he just reacts.
You take LeBron now, you put him in, he's a way better fit.
He wouldn't be. He would be in more foul trouble, and he would be injured because they would put him down.
He does not foul. That's the problem. If he gave a couple of Gerald fouls, this league would be different.
But Gerald fouls is different. This is how we got into the top 10 defenders conversation in the first place. Shout out everybody that plays defense, man. All y'all defenders out there, I appreciate y'all.
We don't like the line defenders either.
Yeah,
Like
those AI steals don't count, man. You got to play man-to-man defense and make him pass. That's a defender. If you can't do that, just because you can shoot the gap, get the steal, lay the ball up, we're not respecting that.
The zone is for the weak-hearted.
Oh man, the zone is terrible. College needs to get out the zone.
Facts.
They need to just man up all the time. If you're gonna press, then press. I'm fine with that, but you gotta get out the zone. That zone ain't no good, man.
Don't work for nobody.
All right, so look, man, I got a special guest tonight. It's somebody that has a lot of big things going on. He's doing a lot of stuff with the 87ers. He's been a sneakerhead since I met him 20 years ago. He's always had all the sneakers and the headband to match, but that kind of changed. He got rid of his braids.
Yeah.
So once his braids went, that was pretty much it. But this has been my man for a long time. I'd like y'all to help me welcome Reese Furrow into the discussion. Reese, come on in, good brother. Grab you a chair. We got some questions for you. We're going to see what's going on. One of the staple guys in the community. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Maurice Furrow, Mr. Hodson himself. Reese Furrow. Furrow, what's up, baby? What's up, man? How's everything?
I can't complain.
How's everything? So what we do, man, we're going to bring you in. We got a couple questions we'd like to ask you. Number one, what year did you stop playing defense? I told you it was going to
I'm
be
going to answer for him.
What year was that?
1998.
98?
No way.
I would say 2001, right after the Del Tech season.
Got you.
After the Del Tech
I just
season.
think the best
You're right.
When he went to Wilmington, he had T-Temp. All he had to do was lead him to T-Temp. T-Temp was going to block it and start the break. So even before he broke and he blocked the shot, Reese already started the fast break before we even got the ball.
my man was going to block.
That's what I'm trying to tell
That's
you,
good
man.
D.
That is not good D.
That is good D. That's good D.
I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that.
Yeah, you know he's going to block it. That's good D.
I'm going to try
So
that.
Reese Furrow got big stats, man. Real big stats, man. Played college ball everywhere. I've been following him since we was in high school, man. He went to Widener. He went to Del Tech. He went to Wilmington. He had a great career, man. One of the guys that kind of settled me down and following through on free throws and getting off my feet to shoot shots. I always thought he was a undersized small forward, shooting guard, but he always got off his feet to shoot, so it was hard to guard. And his favorite move is that one dribble to the right, spin back left, fade away. That's all we got, man.
That's it.
That's how he would get 30 points. I seen him kill guards with the same move, but he perfected it, man. I appreciate him. So Reese is he's now moved on to some other things, and we just want to kind of get into that and see where his head is at. I know Gerald had a bunch of questions for him. So
All right, so we always went back and forth about sneakers because you said I had all the sneakers, but I knew you was lying.
I'm not gonna call that a lie, though.
I mean, I got a few.
A few hundred.
All right, there you go.
Let's not judge each other right now. But I noticed you have a whole lot of stuff I don't have. And I want to know like what sneak made you want to get into sneaks. Like there's that one sneak that was just like, you know what, this is where I'm at.
For me, really, there really wasn't one. Like I've always been a sneakerhead as long as I can remember. Like like growing up in this neighborhood, all we had was the park.
Right.
And I mean, we played basketball till the sun went down. You know what I mean? All day you play basketball, so you always gonna need sneaks.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I went through sneaks, and I didn't really notice that I was a sneakerhead. I just always liked the sneaks until people would come over my house when I was young and be like, "Yo, we can't even walk in your room, man. You got sneaks everywhere." I just, and I'm still the same way. Like and that's almost where OG originated from. Me and my partner Greg Parker. Shout out
to Greg, man.
But like I'm not like everybody. I'm hype beasts. Yo, I gotta have these Yeezys. Yeah, I get anything. If I like it, I'm gonna wear it.
Right.
You go to my closet right now, I might have an airwalk in there. Like,
But I think that's what separates
yeah.
like real sneakerheads, because they think because you have 10 pair of Jordans, like you're a sneakerhead. Like, nah, you gotta have a wide range. Like you gotta have a $10 pair of sneakers that you put on and everybody's like, yo, what the hell are those?
Exactly.
And then you got those $2,000 pair of sneakers that everybody be like, yo, what the hell are those? Like everybody got Jordans and stuff like that. Like, you know what I like that's coming out right now? Cameron sneak, the Harlem sneaks, man. And I think they're dope because everybody goes for the same thing. It's the Adidas with the Yeezys, or it's the Nikes with this and the Jordans with that. Now you got Reebok. Like Reebok was the original.
Right.
You know, now you're going back to that. I think that's pretty cool. So one of my questions was, I already knew he had a bunch of sneakers. I was one of the kids in his room, like, yo, why do you have all of these? Like, but I look back and I say the same thing because he would hold on to them. I would want them to the rip, then I threw them away. So had I did that and just boxed them and bought another pair, I probably would be in the same. But I never really was like into sneakers till I got older. Like once I got older, I looked and I was like, I want my daughter to be like that, you know. And the girls, the girls always do that. And so one of my questions was, explain what Lace the OG means. Like what's the concept behind the title? There has to be, meaning to it.
The OG started like original guys. Something me and Greg branched off and did. And it was for people like not just the hype beast guys, like just the sneaker world, anybody that likes sneakers. You know what I mean? Like you said, Reeboks. I remember we used to call them 3Os back then because they was $30. Go get a fresh pair of 3Os right now. It's for like anybody that likes everything, like just this hype that a lot of the sneaker culture is in right now. Like if you like sneakers or you buy sneakers because you like it, that's where the OG came from. Like the original OG, the original guys. You know what I mean? Wear what you like, and that's where the OG thing branched off from. And that's where we at with it.
Gerald.
So everybody has that one pair of sneaks that they just hold on to. What's that one pair for you?
One pair of sneakers. Mine's alright. Mine I will say is the Concord 11s. It was, I don't know what it was about them. I didn't have a whole lot of Jordans in high school, but I had enough of them. But I had them. Like, and they was like, I'll never forget it. My 10th grade year, like I told my mom, come pick me up from school for early. I need these, and it wasn't even no line. Just went right in the store and got them. Like, it ain't like today, nobody sleeping out, and let them come out today. Somebody sleeping for 3 days to get them things. I went right in the store and got them, and I just love them sneakers. Like, I love them so much. Most of the time, I'm like, yo, I like them so much, I'm gonna keep them in the box and wear them. I was like, no, I gotta play in these. They too clean, and they still my favorite, Jay. Like, I love the Concord 11s.
Would you play the pair of Jordans now?
You know what? Jordans just certain, like, to be honest with you, it's funny because everybody gets into the retro Jordans.
Right.
I really don't like the retro.
I don't like
that.
Like these colors are if Jordan didn't wear them, they ain't Jordan.
Yeah, that's like
I never seen Jordan wear an all red pair of sneakers.
Listen,
Court defying engine anything.
Anything that's not the original Jordan is a thought Jordan.
It's a thought
Jesus
Jordan. Christ. He just called it. All you thought Jordan wearers out there, please, all the thoughty Jordan wearers. You can blame Gerald for that.
I'm just saying, if it ain't original, it ain't real. That's just the way I go with it.
But I feel the same way. Like, and I don't know what your opinion is, but I do. I feel like Jordan. There wasn't a lot of different colors. Like he stuck with his colors, and of course, you gotta broaden your horizon, and that's what makes you what we are. But Jesus, like I seen a pair of pink Jordans, which that's
Yeah.
I would get them for my daughter. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna get them, but I'm not gonna wear them.
True.
Like he didn't wear no pink Jordans.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
He didn't wear no LeBrons either.
Guess what though? Hold on. Just for the culture. Those cork LeBrons right there, baby. Yeah. Get all in there. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there.
You need to give them back.
I don't want to get off topic.
You need to give them back.
I don't want to get off topic. But
You love LeBron, don't you?
What numbers did LeBron wear? What's his jersey number?
Yeah, but that was by default because they had to multiply the 2 plus the 3 to get the 6.
Oh, okay.
All right, there we go. That's when we got math for you one time.
23 because of
23 minus 6 is not much.
No. It's 2 times 3 to get you to 6.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know who sits at the top of that mountain, don't you?
Yeah, LeBron.
How?
What do you mean how?
3 in 10 years? Like what
What do you
what kind of
mean?
math is that?
You see his numbers right now?
Okay, you can have the.
It's his 15th season.
Peyton Manning was the greatest regular season quarterback ever, but Eli has more championships than him.
It's because Eli's a special kind of guy.
You're not listening
He's
to what
a
I'm
special
saying.
kind of guy.
What does stats
They
mean?
tied now.
What does stats mean?
What do you mean? It's not just the stats. It's his book of art. LeBron has a book of art from the time he came. I remember slam dunk the beach from there to now. I have a special place for that guy in my heart because of what I've seen him do. It's the game.
This guy.
Ain't no nostalgia to this stuff. When it was Jordan's time, it was his time. It's LeBron's time. You gotta move on.
Yeah, he's the best player in his generation. And his generation.
His generation.
Yours too.
So let's talk about this, man. I'm glad we said about this generation thing, man, and we had some pregame discussions. But one of my original things I wanted to do was to go over the 50 greatest players. You know, and there's a lot of 50 greatest players that probably don't belong now that LeBron is there. There's some other guys like Steph is gonna be in there. There will be James Harden will be in there when it's said and done. You know, guys like that. KD will be there, and there's a few guys in there that we want to swap out. And I feel like with the centers, a lot of the centers you can't swap out because they're 100% there because they dominate. And in that era, it was center heavy.
Yeah.
And that's why I say with the whole LeBron discussion, it would be different if he played then. So you mean to tell me if he had Cleveland and he was going up against those Laker teams, he would have the same numbers and success? I can't see it.
What do you mean?
I can't see it.
He's
Like
jumping over those dudes and he's manhandling.
it's different because they would have flagrant won them and he would have went crying to the ref and they wouldn't have said nothing to him.
I think this would have been the era when he would start punching people in the face for real. Like what he needs to be doing right now. Every now and again, you deserve to punch a player in the face. I'm not saying you should be doing it.
Has he even looked tough against anybody?
Yeah.
He's letting Ernest Canner look like he's bullying him. Like
You gotta let Ernest Canner talk. He's like the worst of the worst.
I agree.
You gotta let him talk. You can't fight a guy like that. That's bullying. And in this day and
How?
age, you can't fight a guy like that. If I'm going to fight somebody I know I can beat, it's wrong. I don't give no credit.
I don't
for
think
that.
he knows he can beat him. He's from another country. He might headbutt LeBron and end his career. Like
LeBron is from Akron, Ohio. Do you know
That means
chitty
nothing to me.
chitty bang bang?
and ain't no guns in the stadium. He gotta use fist to cuff.
Do you think
Ernest
that
Canner gonna headbutt him? He gonna go in the back crying to Tyronn Lue. Yo,
LeBron
coach,
got
you
all
can't
his
let him do
homies
that
on
to
the-
me. You can't let him do that
He
to
employs
me.
all of his homies. What do you think is going to happen?
Nothing.
They're
Absolutely nothing.
So ties
This
is
dude is
coming
from the country where they bombing where you live. You talking about guns? They throwing grenades through his window.
That is true. That is true.
There's no comparison there.
I think there will be a fight. I think there will be a fight.
There will be no fight.
There will be a fight.
This NBA now is all about. We just seen KD try to go after DeMarcus. Can we get into that?
That was
Kevin
dumb.
Durant has been the most emotional player I've seen in the past 2 years. He has to get past the OKC move. Like I still feel like he's trying to show how tough he is because they calling him Cupcake. It's over. You already won the championship.
Yeah, but the problem is,
OKC is struggling. They got 3 guys and they can't replace you.
as a man, you can't be called Cupcake. I don't care. I'm sorry. You got to justify your thug at some point.
So you're gonna go after the biggest, toughest dude in the league? DeMarcus Cousins will punch you in your face.
Facts.
When he started walking towards him, DeMarcus Cousins said, "Why are you acting tough?" I'd have choked him. I'd have spree-welled his ass right there. I'd have choked him.
But this is the thing. It's like when you go to jail, you got to fight the biggest dude in there. So you get some respect. I'm just saying.
I don't promote jail, ladies and gentlemen. This is a family show.
I haven't been there either. But
Prom Styles is not a prison. We are free. We can get up and walk away if we need to.
All I'm saying is,
hold on. We got to get back to this whole Reese thing because Reese is now doing a toy drive, clothing drive, just like my girl Maya is doing, and we're looking to see how we can help or make sure everybody knows about it. So talk more about your toy drive. Shout out to Police Athletic League too.
Yeah, so the PAL, this is their, I want to say their 4th year. They usually collect coats and food for unfortunate kids. And I had sat down and had a conversation with them. And I said, maybe I can, with the lace thing, donate some sneakers.
Right.
So I'm looking for not beat up sneakers. I mean, they don't have to be brand new, but good condition.
Right.
Sneakers for unfortunate kids. I mean, I think it's a good thing, to give back to the community, especially to my community where I grew up at. We grew up in the same community, and we know the struggles.
Right.
I mean, I grew up, I couldn't get every sneaker that I want. I mean, now I'm able to as an adult, but I just couldn't, so I get it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So to give back to the community, man, I do that all day.
Absolutely. Shout out to Coach Lee too, man. Coach Lee had sat me down earlier, and I was in the process of moving, and I had a lot of young girl stuff. So I wanted to get it to him. I just didn't have the time. It was tough, and then we had a new baby and all of that. But we wanted to get into that. But so this is definitely something that Coach B's Kids is looking to donate some stuff to. We're gonna sit and talk with Ed Harris, who is the owner here at Prom Styles, 8 Halcyon Drive. Shout out to everybody that comes down here, out here in the Newcastle area, or wherever you're coming from, man. It's a good place to be. Also, if you're a barber and you're looking for a spot, man, reach out to Ed. He's here, 8 Halcyon Drive. I can't say it again, Newcastle, Delaware. Come by and check him out. But we definitely want to get some sneakers out to Reese and come do some stuff that's going on and talk about your journey with the 87ers and that partnership that you have there, man. I think that's big too.
Yeah, man. So basically, I started out with Lace at first. Me and Mercedes started out, and first we wanted to start like a sneaker store, but we didn't have the resources for that right away. So we went to different shows and different sneaker shows, and we were like, we don't got nothing like that really here in Delaware.
Right.
Let's try it. We tried it. We were successful. We asked the 87ers during our first one did they want to be a part of it. They sponsored some free tickets. They saw that we did well with the first one. And then they asked us, do we want to do one with them? Absolutely. We said, it was a no-brainer. So we did one with them. It was a success. And we did another one. And now we've been partners with them. And shout out to them. They're about to build a $26 million arena.
Shout out to them, man. That's huge bringing that to Delaware, man. And I hope and pray that they come in with the right mindset to let the community get in there and actually pull us in and ask us how to change that community, man. Wilmington definitely needs something like that. I just hope they don't shun them out and it's something that they open their arms to, man. That's something that we definitely need, not just us, but we need to be involved to pull those younger kids in as well. Speaking of that, we got some more news about Reese Farr. He just recently got picked up by the Glasgow Dragons out there, which is another big, which is kind of weird to see him in that on the wrong side of
896.
896. He should be on the left side. He went right. I was kind of perplexed at that, but I understand it, man. I understand that you got to get in wherever they let you in and wherever you have the most freedom. So let's talk about that, man. What's your role? What's your role there? Like, what's the role there?
Well, French is my guy, the head coach.
Right.
I help him out a lot. I'm right there with him. We pretty much got a new team this year. We got some guys that guys probably don't know about.
Right.
Because we got 2 transfer guys in from Chester.
Right.
They probably the strongest backcourt in the state.
That's a big statement with Stanford.
Yeah.
With Sanford, with St. E's, I'm chopping them out there. You got Bones down there. There's a lot of firepower. That's a big statement, man.
It's a big statement. I'm gonna back it. One of the guards we got is Tyreek Evans' little cousin. He got the DNA.
Yeah.
And then we got another guy named Mark. He's built different than a high school kid. He's already ready. You know what I mean?
Football ready.
Football ready. Our first game, he had 5 dunks. This is our point guard.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? So I think we're gonna be special. See what happens. We can put it all together. We got a senior 6'6" guy.
Right.
Plays the post and shoot three. So I mean, with the guards and all, I think we'll be all right. So I mean, we got Jalen. It's a new team. I mean, you got a fresh new backcourt. But I think it could be special.
Yeah, but that's nothing, man. You can build that in no time.
Right.
We can do that in no time. I thought that was big. I seen the pictures of you out there modeling, so I was like, man, my boy's in the mix, man.
Yeah.
It's always good. They're always needed. Always needed, man. We was talking about it the last show how we got all of these guys like me, you, and T-Temp and Cooley and these guys that need to be in high school. So we got the college description. Experience. We could show them what that next level look like. They got them pro experiences and camps and stuff like that. And there's people like that. I was saying them last week. Like, Tell Davis should be nobody's assistant coach.
He really should.
You know, Lenny Brown should be nobody's assistant coach. Even guys like Drew and guys like that know the game. They've been through it. Like these guys, they can relate with the community, the hood. They can relate with anybody and actually pull them together. Right. Shout out to the Silk League, man. Yeah, very big in Wilmington. Very, very big.
So I have a few questions that I get a lot, and I find it to be disrespectful as a person that owns a lot of sneakers.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit you with the question. You just give me a response. So somebody comes to you, they come in your house, they see your sneaks. Don't you got enough sneaks?
What does that even mean? So
that
means they don't have enough jobs. They need to get more jobs.
Like sometimes my wife's like, yo, don't you got enough sneaks? Like, first of all, the way I get up in the morning and go to work, I should be allowed to have a few pair.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I get hit. I find it, you know what I mean, being a little disrespectful.
A little borderline in my house.
Let me
You
see.
just sit downstairs for that. You can't go upstairs.
Can I borrow a pair of sneaks?
That question. That's not a question for me.
What does that mean?
Like,
yo, let me borrow your girl.
What? Can you borrow what? You can have a pair of mobile sneakers or something.
Right. You're not gonna. But the thing is, people want to come in your crib and see your sneaks and be like, yo, I'm gonna take them. What? You gotta go downstairs. You can't come back upstairs now. Like,
sit by the door.
Yes. Indian style too. I don't even want you to sit in a chair.
Now, when you selling a sneak, this just grinds my gears. Will you take less? Apparently, I gave you a price for a reason. I didn't say this was an estimate.
Hey, you know what? That question too. Again, I'm like an OG, man. I really don't sell.
Yeah.
Like I buy it to wear. Like it's not a trophy to me. Like, I want to wear it. Like I buy it to wear. If I might get a couple pair of something, I might flip. But I really ain't. You don't see me on the sneaker connection selling stuff because I ain't got nothing for sale. So I really don't sell anything. Like I ain't a reseller, but I do know what you mean. And people be like, "Oh, will you take less?" I'm not about to do that.
Like sometimes I gotta get rid of stuff to bring stuff in.
Right.
Because wifey don't play that.
Yeah, she don't play that. She don't play that.
Shout out to Ebony's Haven.
Yeah. So sometimes I gotta, you know what I mean, I gotta get rid of these so I can get something else. I don't have time to negotiate.
Right.
You know, I can't do that.
But what if somebody came to you and was like, yo, I'm gonna buy these 3. Would you give them a deal or you just
I'll give you a player's deal on the 3, but don't come to me on the 1 talking about I only got 100 and you clearly see I probably didn't even wear these and I paid the 190, give me my 190.
Right.
I'm giving you a fair exchange, no robbery.
Right.
I'm giving you the box with the tissue in it.
But you gotta drop at least 5 off. Like, all right, you know what? Since you came all the way out here, where you live at? Jersey? I'm gonna take $10 off.
That's completely different. But don't be down the street and then you're gonna ask me, yo, let me get them for 125.
Nah, we're not doing that. You should probably tee off on them if they ask you for it.
It's not. No way.
Yeah, listen, it gets disrespectful in the inbox. Like, dude, don't do this to me.
No,
I ain't here for this.
We're not doing that.
How'd you get those early? What you mean how? I'm minding my business and I call who I call.
I got it early because I'm the sneaker guy.
Oh my God.
I got it early.
Yo, those don't come out Tuesday, right? How you get them so early?
So then the very next question after that is, are they real? Listen, bro, I don't wear turkey bacon sneaks. I can't do that.
You gotta wear pork sneakers.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. You can't do those.
Let me see. Are those OGs?
That's OG. You can't ask OG.
I said OG if those are OGs.
That's what they doing right now.
Yeah.
It's sad. Can you get those for me?
You hear that all the time. Yeah, you hear that all the time.
But the thing is, if I give you the money, I mean, I said that before. Like, yo, when you get yours, grab my. I'm not standing in the line. Just get 2 golden tickets, and I'm gonna give you my bread.
I'm not standing in the line. So when people ask me, can you get those? Listen, player, I'm gonna do what I do, and they gonna magically appear.
We gotta find out the way to make it magically appear, man. Like we gotta.
But see, you know what that leads into the next question. Who's your connect?
You
So
can't
then-
give up the plug.
So now you want my plug, or you gonna waste my plug on something, so then I can't get whatever.
And then
I
you're
want.
gonna try to negotiate the same way you try to negotiate with me. You're gonna do the same thing, man.
Yeah, you can't go with your plug. You can't do that.
I don't share my plug. I'm sorry.
I mean,
That just doesn't make sense. I don't get people.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
You can't do that.
I don't understand it.
But this is what's going on in the sneaker world.
The sneaker world is definitely, I mean, it's a lot that goes behind that. I mean, again, like a Yeezy, you know, they don't even, you can't, it's
You
a
can't
raffle.
get 'em, yeah,
It's
like
a
you-
raffle. Which means
I don't even want the Yeezys because it's so hard to get. Like, I want something I walk in and like, give me those.
Right.
12. I'm out of here.
Right.
How much is it? 2, 3,
Right.
4?
Right.
If I want it, I'm gonna pay for it.
Right.
I don't want to. All right, you got to leave $100 deposit. You got to stand in this line for 3 hours. You got to come back on Tuesday after 3, but before 5. That's too many instructions, man.
That's
For
I mean,
sneakers.
Then that's what, and the reason they do Yeezy like that is because now you can make the market like that. If everybody can walk in and get one,
It's no value. I get that.
nobody will want it.
I get that, but
That's
Jesus.
the hype with the new sneaker world. I mean, everybody
Then
wants
you know what I'm
they
gonna do?
can't
I'm gonna
have.
wait till you have your thing, and I'm gonna bring a couple $100 and say, let me get them too, and walk out. Like that's.
Like-
So for the people out there, how do they get involved? Like, how do they get in contact with you? How do we get to you?
Instagram, Facebook, everything's the same. Lace OG.
Lace OG.
It doesn't change. Yeah, you can get in touch with me or Greg. Either
Or
one of us
Greg,
will
right.
respond to it. You can follow us. We always post stuff. Try to keep people up to date.
Right. I be seeing some wacky colors, man. When you post it, I'm like, yo, that's a true sneakerhead to have a color like that. Like, you had some maroon somethings up the other day. I was like, yo, those. I would wear them just because I know nobody has them.
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
for a fact nobody has
Exactly.
them.
That's
Anything
what-
like that, man. And then you can wear the crazy colors with them. I'm not wearing no skinnies, but I
Yeah, I won't do that.
You're not gonna get it no more.
no, I ain't into that. I ain't into that. I got thick thighs, you know what I'm saying? I can't get into them joints. But yeah, that's so what if I had sneakers? Like if I have sneakers, is it an exchange where I can bring them to you and you'll be like, yo, I like those. Can I get them? Is there a specific size? I mean, it's like, do you have sizes for everybody, or is it just one particular size? Like how does it work? Like when you're out at the conventions and stuff like that.
So what happens? So basically, we host the conventions.
Right.
So vendors buy tables from us.
Right.
When you're a vendor, you can have a table something like this, and you can bring as many sneakers as you want.
Right.
So we don't know exactly what they're gonna bring.
Right.
They're gonna bring whatever.
Okay,
You know what I
okay.
mean? Most of the time it's dead stock or almost nil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
for the general admission people, they can bring up to 5 pair of sneakers. They can pay like an extra $5. They can bring up to 10 pair of sneakers.
Okay.
So once the show starts, it's buy, sell, trade.
Right.
So it's really you negotiating, you hustling. You know
Now,
what I
is
mean?
that during the 87ers game? Like you're set up
So-
during, or is that like a halftime thing? Like
So actually, our show starts before the 87ers game. But we give people the opportunity to stay too. Like the vendors don't have to break down during the game.
Right.
They can stay there too. And the people that come to the show can also stay for the game.
Right.
That's how we tie it in with them and make it one big event.
That's smart, man. That's
yeah,
really,
so
really smart.
87ers, shout out to them.
Yeah. We went up there. I was talking to my guy Joe Richmond. Shout out to Joe Richmond, man. He's
Shout out
always
to Joe, man.
always in the back pocket. He told me
Yeah.
just keep pushing, be patient.
Yep, Joe
And
Rogan.
he invited us out, man. He kept his word. We brought out quite a few people. He introduced me to Elton Brand and most of the players and the owners and all of that, man. He had me running and jumping around like crazy, man. But it's well worth it. Those people don't forget you, man. Shout out to the 87ers, big time. They always remember your name and all of that good stuff. It's a great event, man. It's real dope. So that's a good plug to have, man. Really, really good plug to have. What is the most expensive pair of sneakers you've bought?
Most expensive pair of sneakers? Bro. Let me see, cause I can't. I'm not gonna break the bank.
Nah. Well, what's the most you'll spend on a pair of sneakers?
Most I might spend on a pair of sneakers is probably $300.
$300?
And I gotta really like it.
Right.
And if I can't get it, then I ain't get it.
If you don't get it, then you ain't getting it. That's
I'm
what
not-
it just is what it is.
And I got Yeezys.
Right.
I got quite a few
They're
pairs.
crazy. Yeah.
But I never paid over retail for them. Like if I can't get them, I'm not about to pay $800, $900 for them. I just can't do it. I can't do it.
Yo, man, I was with my boy B False. B False is another person, man. He has 6 million pairs of sneakers, man. He's one of the guys that, like, I look at him like, yo, you always got, and he be having book bags to match it, belts, all of that stuff. So I went to him one day. I was like, look, enough of this madness, man. Like, how you have 5 pair of Yeezys and they're like $400 a piece, but you don't give the plug up when you got the plug, and it makes it easy. And he's always got, but he's the one that really got me into back into Jordans. Like I gave up on Jordans because of you gotta pay $300, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. I'm not about that life. If it's $300, then I'm going to buy 4 pair of sneakers for that same $300, and I'll have it longer, and it's something I can put to the side and do that. Gerald, what about you, man? I know you're a LeBron specialist, and they only about $50, $60. But what is the most amount of money you spent on a pair of sneakers?
I'm just gonna say 220 and leave it at that. There are people watching.
He spent over $400, Ebony, and I'm telling on him right now. Me personally, I spent $190 on a pair of Jordans, and I cried afterwards. I'm one of them cheap guys. I don't care whose name it is. I'll wait until they get old. But as you know, Jordans don't get old; they just disappear, and then you gotta wait for them to come back out. And then they'll be. I have a pair of sneakers from high school, Jordans, and they're the same 11s, same colors. One is 10 times heavier than the other one, and it's like I know that this one will fall apart first before my original ones from high school. Now you could tell they're from high school, they're scuffed up, all of that, but I wear them more than the other ones, and they fit better. I've been out of high school for 20 years.
Yeah,
Like they just feel, they feel different. Like this, I'm not interested. I don't want something I'm gonna spend $190 on, where I spent $100 15 years ago, to this new stuff that's just gonna fall apart. I think that's the biggest thing is the quality with the sneakers.
Yeah.
The quality, and like we bought the LeBron Soldiers, the 10s, and I buy them because I'm old school, man. My ankles is terrible. So I have to have something like that's over my ankles, and they were so comfortable that I bought 2 pair of them, and I've just been wearing them because they're very, very comfortable. And what I seen was the first one tore apart, but I don't even play in the leagues like I used to. I don't play outside at all. My body can't take it. So doing that was crazy. It was just crazy. But those are the only, honestly, and I make fun of the LeBrons, but they're the only sneakers out that actually come over your ankles. And any of y'all that's wearing Under Armours, y'all need to lose them, man. Y'all need to lose them Under Armours. They ain't no good, man. They have you sliding all over the place. They're bad for your feet, the ankles. Y'all gotta protect your ankles if you plan on playing a long time. Like if you just plan on playing AAU or high school, then fine. You guys gotta remember, these guys got their ankles taped, their feet is taped, like everything's taped up within those short sneakers with no protection on the ankle. Like they're wrapped up. You guys don't wrap up, and then your ankles are. I had to ban the KDs.
Oh, wow.
One of my best players in my travel program hurt his ankle in a pair of KDs, and I said, yo, you can't wear these anymore. Like ever. Never bring these. If you're not just walking around, you can't wear these. And I made him switch, and he switched his sneakers up. He didn't have a problem since.
I had to retire myself from KD. I took my ankle up.
Oh my God.
See myself from them things.
KD nines though, love them joints on the low.
Yeah, but you don't play a lot of minutes.
Listen, this is the problem. I had to explain this in the group chat the other day. They still love basketball. I'm just going through the basketball motions.
That's not what I said.
But this is why I don't play a lot of minutes.
That's not what I'm just saying. I'm saying we can't trust your judgment because you don't play heavy minutes. Not because you don't want to or you're terrible or whatever. Yeah. However you think. I'm saying, me personally, you don't play enough minutes. Now you play hard, I'll give you that. And I had this discussion with your son. Shout out to Jason. Jason said he would rather take a guy that can score over the guy that's going to give you the extra possession and screen. What's your thoughts on that, Reese?
Give you the extra possession guy.
Of course, I want to score. I don't need somebody else scoring too. Just set the screen and give it back. That's it.
I.e., that's why you play for DSW, because we got guys that do everything.
That's
so you know what I ain't got to do? I ain't got to score. I can set a couple pump picks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
This is the
fouls.
This is the thing about what you're saying. The thing about what you're saying is you manipulate your guys. You give them shorts. You don't waive fees. We got that clear. We got into the bias conversation last week, Reese, and he was abba last week.
You talk to any of my players. I ain't never gave nothing away for free.
I definitely want to give you a shout out for that championship you gave us a couple weeks ago. Appreciate that.
Yeah. What championship are you talking about?
Yeah, I was there. We took pictures.
That was a robbery, but you know what I mean. We don't get into that. We don't get into none of that. You know what I mean?
That was out to the races.
Yeah, but so what we found out after the fact was that it's now a 30 and over league. We weren't privileged to that. Because if you notice, everybody on our team
there were some 930.
Almost 40.
Yeah, there was some 930
guys. Yeah, if you notice,
there.
everybody on our team was like 40, and we're playing against a bunch of dudes that's 28, 29.
Who was 28, 29?
Or he's like 25 in the head.
You're snitching right now.
Facts.
That's not
snitching.
You're definitely snitching. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't condone this. We have not rehearsed this at all. This is all
I'm saying is, he's 30?
He's 30.
He's not 30.
He's 30. He was in high school with me.
Just notice.
He might be 30.
He just snitched too. It just went right back.
You see, it's contagious. Like when you yawn, you know how you yawn and then somebody yawn right after you. That's what we doing right now.
Listen, all I'm saying is
too much yawn snitching going on.
Our team on average, best like 45, almost 50. You got Tail that's like 40. Majority of our team is 40. You got a bunch of dudes that's 20, 23. You know what I mean? Out to the races.
That means y'all, a lot of y'all didn't make the top 10 defensive list.
We did. We did.
Which one?
Omar Skinner, I don't even know how he got
Omar Skinner's like 24 years old.
Facts, but he got the defensive player of the league. I don't know how that happened.
Why not?
Got RJ.
You
got Tail.
I'm gonna say this, and I want you to shut your mouth.
I know.
We're actually on timeout right now.
I tried.
I didn't try with that.
Omar Skinner is definitely defensive player. He had 70 rebounds in the first half, yo. I sat there and was like, yo, he's the reason they're up 30, and he didn't take no shots.
Because I couldn't stay. Because I felt the hell out of Omar. He wouldn't have finished the game.
No, you would have just been sitting there. He would have still had his 30.
No, because listen.
Especially those referees, man. These referees got to step their game up, man. I'm putting y'all on blast, man. Y'all got to step your game up in these games. You're going to get these OGs hurt. 35 and 0, you got to call a foul, man. We ain't getting back on D. We got to call a foul, man.
You got to call a foul.
You definitely have to call a foul. Especially on the shooter. You got to call a foul on the shooter because they're going to turn and complain to you and mess up the runs.
They don't get it. But then, look, this week, we got some new refs this week. I can't wait.
So when you gonna put my man Cleo on? You know
Cleo be playing around. He don't even want to wake up in the morning on a Sunday and come through and get this work.
That is true. Man. Shout out to Cleo Green, man. Everybody watching, you know Cleo Green is my right hand man, but he is horrible sometimes, and he knows it. He definitely knows it. He knows it, but we need him, man. He's part of the gang, so I'm riding with him. I know how it goes. Another thing with your league, Gerald. You need a better statistician. I know sometimes y'all slip.
Amir Wallace is that guy.
Amir Wallace does a good job 75% of the time, if we're being honest. The other 25%, he's arguing with the refs while he's sitting at the table. 100% true. 100% true.
I've never seen him argue with the refs.
What?
Maybe me and Lucky, but not him.
Lucky, just leave him on the clock. Leave Lucky on the clock. He's right where he needs to be. Amir say it all the time. Shout out to Amir. Yo, you're definitely going to be our next guest up here because there's a lot of slander behind your name as you're a player, and it's different when you're behind the clock. We're definitely going to clean that up, man.
Pots and pans. He has the most creative names ever for his team.
Oh.
It was like steak dinner last season, I
Steak
think.
dinner? That
Yeah,
sounds
steak
good.
dinner. Yeah.
It's pretty expensive.
Who's the other one? Like it just gets real.
Don't get no better than Pots.
He's a beautiful. He's just got a beautiful mind. Certain players have beautiful minds. I'm okay with that. You know, creativity is what makes us work.
Definitely.
Creativity. All right, before we get out of here, man, we got to get into this, and we kind of touched on the NBA. We got to. What's your top 10 players right now? No specific order. You can go 1 through 10. You can go whatever. What's your top 10 players right now? Not position. I'm talking about top 10 undeniable players. They could be rookies. They could be whatever. You the guest, so we gonna ride your wave
You gonna
first.
go me first? Alright, I'll take it. Alright, LeBron.
Brown is one.
Number one.
Steph Curry.
Steph.
Durant.
Durant.
James Harden.
Harden.
Let me see, top 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my point, and I'll prove my point in a minute. Come on, keep going.
Anthony Davis.
Okay, A. Davis is big time.
Russell Westbrook.
Russell.
I'm gonna put him in there. You know what? I'm a surprise pick in there, man. If he's healthy, Joel Embiid.
Embiid.
I like
That's
him.
just this is Sixer bias, man.
I like him.
This is Sixer bias.
I'm not even a Sixer fan.
This is
You are now.
You are. You just told me you were Sixer. Go ahead, Reese, man.
He's good.
This is gonna be his first and last time here for this bias that's going on right
So
now.
I got 3 more picks.
You got 3 more. You got Embiid at 6.
Okay.
At 7. I'm sorry.
So I
7.
got 3 more. Let me think about this. So I'm gonna make sure my picks is right.
Gotta think about it.
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi.
Definitely.
Kawhi Leonard should have been up earlier.
Yeah, he should have been. I don't even know how to
He was slipping
disrespect
on that.
He didn't play this year. So
LeBron number one.
Because he went with LeBron and he forgot.
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie.
Ooh.
That's a shot at you.
I'm not mad at it.
Go ahead.
I'm
Go
not
ahead. He
mad
got
at it.
one more. He got one more.
In the top 10.
Jimmy Butler.
Top 10.
He's saying top 10, give him the ball, get a bucket.
Top 10, get the ball, get the bucket.
Oh.
Dang Lillard.
Dame, I like Dame. So it's all right. That was a nice little 10. Before I'm gonna let Gerald go first, man.
Well, we're gonna start where he left off with LeBron.
Mike, excuse me. Sorry.
Westbrook,
Westbrook,
Greek Freak.
Greek.
Oh, I forget him.
Damian Lillard, that's definitely.
Definitely gonna prove my point after this. Watch this.
I am a Paul George fan on the low.
I like Paul. I like Paul. Paul's tough. I like him.
Let's see.
Shout out to Oladipo, man. He's doing everybody good.
He is.
He is.
He's not top 10.
I don't want to say Kyrie, but I have to say Kyrie.
That's 6.
Like that's just my
That's
guy.
6.
Even though he did some things.
He's on some LeBron bias stuff because Kyrie left. But all right,
Listen, same thing when Shaq left Orlando. It kind of hurt.
it's
a
not the
little
same
bit.
thing. Come on, let's go. We got 4 more picks. You only here for that reason. Like
John Wall.
John Wall.
I don't know if I can take Bill too, because they you
They're
know
a
what?
package deal.
Yeah, they're
But
kind of.
John Wall's clearly better than Bill.
Yes.
Bill can score. That's it.
That is true.
Oh my Lord.
Jeez, that just happened. Let me see.
Well, you dragging your feet through the mud.
Because I like to be on top of this.
It's taking forever.
James
And
Harden. James Harden.
These are supposed to be the top 10 guys in the league that they should just run off.
But
So what do you think?
But that's not true because
Come on, let's go. You're 8. You're 8.
I'm
2
at
more.
8.
We gotta go soon. We've been
All
here
right.
for 3 hours.
What's that boy's name from
Damn.
Toronto?
Larry DeRozan.
DeRozan.
DeRozan. Okay.
And for my final, I will go with Kawhi Leonard.
I don't even know how he's 10.
Yo,
I'm sorry for disrespecting you.
Like, how are you disrespecting these two-way players?
And the Greek Freak.
You got these guys that don't even play any defense, yo.
What do you mean?
You got these guys that don't. I mean, me personally, I like two-way. Paul George was your best pick.
How was that my best pick?
And LeBron and Kawhi. The rest of them,
What do you mean? John Wall goes.
John Wall goes when he wants to, man. He
He
only
can see.
goes as far as Bradley Beal goes. Now, I'm not gonna say my top 10. I want to go to the 90s. Name your top 10 players in the 90s.
Jordan,
Go ahead, come on, Reese, get them out.
Pippen,
Yeah,
Shaq,
yeah,
Kobe.
yeah.
In the 90s. Whew.
90s.
AI.
We could go.
AI.
Yeah,
Ray Howard.
Ray.
Robert Ory. I like.
I'm talking to Reese. I'm not talking to you right now.
Okay.
I'm going to talk to you in a minute. When I'm talking to Reese, I'm talking to Reese.
I'm sorry.
To you.
I'm sorry.
To Gerald.
I'm sorry. I was learning stuff. I apologize.
You know what? I'm gonna put these two players on there, even though they was hurt. Grant and Penny, they were.
Okay. In the 90s, they was where it was. You missing two though. You missing two.
Listen to
Yeah.
putting Tim Duncan on everybody was like, he's Timmy. I got one more.
Come on.
Steve Nash. He's kind of.
Yeah, Nash was a. Go ahead, Gerald. 90s.
90s. I'm gonna go with AI first because that's my guy.
Philly vibes.
Dominique Wilkins.
He was late 90s.
He was late
Late
90s. Sean Kemp.
Like
Tim Hardaway.
Timmy.
Um,
Definitely Timmy.
I was a Mark Jackson guy.
Mark Jackson.
Penny Hardaway.
Penny, of course.
Where we at right now? 6.
You got 6. You need 4 more.
John Starks.
He's a guard. Like he loves guards.
I do.
He loves guards.
Scottie Pippen.
Scotty.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman.
Antoine Oakley.
He is a Michael Jordan hater. That's what happened. That's just what happened. In the 90s. The reason I had them do that.
You can ask anybody to grow up with me.
He's a Jordan hater. He's a Jordan hater.
I just didn't like it.
Jordan hater. The reason I had y'all do 2 different eras is because the 90s came like this, but the game right now, the top 10 is not what you think it is. Once you get past the regular 5 players, you get stuck.
There's a lot of stars, not a lot of superstars.
Yeah.
My point exactly. Because this my top 10 for right now, it goes the same house. We had the same names. Y'all had 2 different lists. 2 different lists. My 90s is 5 Knicks and 3 Bulls. Like that was the Karl Malone and Stockton. Like that was my 10. Like that's how I felt about it. But you could go and say Larry Nance, you could go Mark Price, you can go all these different ways. And that's my point. You could pick any team and have 2 players. Because you didn't say Gary Payton, you ain't say guys like that.
Yeah.
Like Chris Webber, you didn't say, like there's tons of players that you could have picked. In this day and age, it's the same guys. It's probably 11 guys total. 7 of your guys were exactly the same. The first overall is always the same. To me, it's LeBron, it's KD, Greek Freak. I like Jimmy Butler. I like Kawhi. The Unicorn, you know I'm riding with him. James Harden. I like Chris Paul, even though he's old, he don't play no defense. I like Chris. I like Westbrook. That's really it. I really don't like it. And I like Paul George. I like all the 2-way guys though. I like the guys that play defense and they can give you hell on offense too. Because I was watching Jimmy Butler last night and he scored 14 points in the 4th quarter in like 2 minutes. Like he's a guy but he was stopping guys and turning them over and then going to make the shot. So I like them. Who's your favorite rookie right now to watch? Not necessarily somebody you like, but your favorite rookie to watch.
Yeah, I know everybody like Ben Simmons.
Philly.
But no, I'm not a Philly. I like Mitchell from Utah. See, there you go.
Philly bias, man. I knew it was coming.
Mitchell plays for Utah.
All right, Mitchell's solid. Go ahead,
I
man.
like Mitchell.
Who plays on the Cavs that's a rookie that you even know?
Actually, I like LeVar Ball.
Who?
LeVar Ball. I don't like his son. I like the dad. Just his enthusiasm about the game.
Oh my God!
Listen, that's who I like to watch. This guy on the sideline. Like I watched him against the Knicks. Favorite rookie.
Yeah.
This dude was just like he was just in the game.
Like he was playing.
It was like he was playing, and it's like just his emotion was
It's done. Wow. My favorite player to watch, the rookie, is Dennis Smith Jr. Man. All jokes aside, that young boy is crazy, man.
I'm the Baron.
Yep. I said the same thing. He reminds me of Baron, and he hasn't learned the game yet. He reminds you of Baron Davis right now. Imagine when he learned like what shots to take and where the screen's coming from and all
Baron
that.
Davis should have been in my top.
I mean, I don't want to get on your Knicks, but y'all should have picked him.
Hey man, Phil Jackson. Oh man, Phil Jackson should have been in Manhattan when he was bombing. That's what I'm saying. He got on my nerve, man. I can't believe he did that to us. But in essence, he did us a favor, man. We playing a lot better without Carmelo Anthony, and I know people gonna give me slack for that. But I've never liked Carmelo Anthony. Not at Syracuse. I've never liked his game. Never. They keep saying he led Denver. I think it was the role guys that just made him look better. Like he had games where he would go 7 for 23 and have 23 points. He's supposed to have 40 points at 23 shots.
Wait, but when I said something about Kobe's 82 last week, you wasn't with it. Kobe took what, 50 shots for that 82?
I never discussed. We can go back and watch the other film. I never said anything about what you said about Kobe's shots. But we're not going to sit here and compare LeBron and Kobe at that time because the mindset is completely different.
Oh no, we're not.
Okay, so let's not do that.
No, what I'm saying
let's
is
not do that.
that number of shot selection to get that number, I think it shouldn't qualify.
Who the hell do you want Kobe to pass the ball to?
Kobe got rings.
Everybody got rings.
Melo
these days. Melo's not getting
Who
rings.
did you want him to pass to when he had the 81?
Pau Gasol.
Shut the hell up. This is why when I'm talking to Reese, I'm talking to Reese. I'm not talking to Gerald about this. Like this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Did you just say Pau Gasol? He's still playing for the Spurs. He look good with them.
He look good.
He look good with them.
Just think of Kobe passing the ball a little bit more.
Who is your biggest disappointment in the NBA this year? Like what is the player that, like man, you just expected them to come out and change some things? Who's your disappointment this year? Ball.
I never had any expectations.
I'll
be honest with you.
I thought he was
no
gonna be better
expectations.
than what he was though. Like I know.
I'm gonna say he's really not that bad, man. Anybody, but anybody that comes in can give you 7 rebounds and 7 assists. Scoring is talk. He's scoring 7, 8 points with that raggedy ass jumper he got. When they fix it, he's gonna be good, yo.
You can't fix that.
Yeah, you can.
You can't fix
You
that.
have to because his hands be
Put that
here.
thing over here.
I was like, man, his dad must have been beating him while he was shooting. Got his hands close.
Get the shots up.
Who's your biggest disappointment, though? I mean, to me, in my opinion, he's just a rookie, man. Rookies have tough times. You know, they have tough times. And then with that, you have to also remember, like, his dad gave them an unreal expectation. And you can do that in college basketball. But when you come to the pros and guys like Patrick Beverly, John Wall, you got to go against Chris Paul and these guys night in and night out. And they have in their mind they're trying to kill you. That's a disadvantage. Or you're brilliant, you know something we don't know. Because I don't want every point guard. Like, Patrick Beverly was gunning for him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, gunning for him. Westbrook was gunning. Like, I felt bad when they played against OKC. Because he was scoring, just turn and look. Like, Russ was just looking at him like, you don't belong with us. You know, like, you don't belong.
Well, don't worry, he's going to be over in Lithuania with his brother soon.
Yeah. Dang.
If
If
it's
LeVar
sad,
keep
but-
doing this
but
crazy
LeVar-
stuff. Hold on, let's not get off top. Because we could go ball family all night. Who's your biggest disappointment? Like, you got to give me a disappointment guy. We did all the grades. We did your top 10. Who's your biggest disappointment?
I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I think OKC right now as a
unit
is my biggest disappointment because I expected so much. I figured they'd be able to figure it out
Right.
in a little bit of time because everybody does a little bit something different.
That's coaching, man. That's coaching. Those guys will buy in if you have a coach that can do that.
It'll take time.
Yeah.
I mean, Miami, when all came together,
It might not.
It wasn't
But
good
that's
without
different.
that.
That Miami team was different. They were selfless. These guys are something. Melo needs the ball. Like, he's gonna dominate the time. Still, he can't change his game. Me personally, I thought him going to them, he would open the floor where they would take better shots, and they're not taking better shots. Like, he's just standing there doing the same thing. I've never been a fan of the way he plays. He got it done sometime, but
He's a ball stopper
you can
for
shoot.
sure.
You can shoot. You'll always have an opportunity to score if you can shoot. Who else you got? We got to get one good one in. The ball guy was he wasn't disappointing. He was a big disappointment. I could see that.
Biggest disappointment.
You know what? I'm gonna say this tandem kind of disappointed me, and I thought they would be a lot better. And that's Anthony Davis and Cousins. I thought you put them together and it would be, you know,
Individually, they have good
individually
numbers.
they're probably two of the
wins.
best, but it's just they'll have 70 points and they'll still be getting blown out. So I was kind of, you know me, I like the big guys that rebound and can move, you know, but they kind of disappointed me. I thought they would be.
I think in a different system they'd be a whole lot better. Like separately, like you put them.
I think they can coexist. But you gotta have, and every team needs this. They need a veteran person that can get into his ear because you know Cousins goes off the deep end, and you need a legitimate point guard. Like you need a guard that can put them in spots and just have them either double screen, one pop, one drop, and or something like that. But they don't have it, and that I think that hurts them. You know?
Maybe they just can't play together. They got Rondo.
Rondo is a guard of the past though. Like he's not really a good leader either. He's really not a good leader at all. We seen that when Brad Stevenson first came in. Had he bought in with them, everybody would have stayed. And they had a good team. Jimmy probably would have stayed. They would have had a solid team there. Now everybody's gone. It is what it is. now they got Kyrie looking fantastic. Shout out to the Cavs.
Sometimes you gotta get rid of you know what I mean. You gotta get rid of some.
You gotta get rid of your best fourth quarter player.
You don't need him all the time. You got LeBron.
Yeah, you do. LeBron don't want to score in the fourth. He want to pass it.
Listen, we'll see right now.
He want to
We'll
pass
see
it.
right now.
That's all he want to do. He want to get into the lane and kick it.
He's gonna make you a
Because it's the right play.
He's gonna
Damn,
make
the
you a
right
believer.
play. You the guy. You the best player in basketball, man. Dunk that thing on somebody and then make the free throw.
It's not this.
That's what it's about. He's hitting the three. I give him that. He stepped the shot game up outside that, but he still can't hit free throws. That's mental. That's mental, man.
Nah, I know a lot of guys that hit threes that can't make a foul shot.
That's mental.
No, that's not mental. They just suck at shooting.
Definitely mental. It's the same mechanics as mental. It's definitely mental. Well, he's Gerald, 8-9 minutes a game.
Listen, anything more than that, I really don't need that in my life.
Shout out to all the 9-minute players in the league that get 7 rebounds.
Yeah, like my job is to come in and get some extra possessions.
I appreciate
I don't need 20 points. I don't need 15 points. I don't need none of that stuff. Just let me do my job. I know what I did.
I just need wins.
Yeah.
Especially when you get older. That's really it. Again, I'd like to thank Ed here at Prime Styles. You're looking for a barber, 8 Halcyon Drive, man. Come on down. We really appreciate you having us come out. Special thank you to my co-host always, Gerald. If you're looking for a 35 and older league, it's one of the best in the world. Not even Delaware anymore, we're the best in the world. We got Australians, Africans, Jamaicans, everything. Whatever you want, we got it in the league, man. Definitely come out. A lot of OGs, a lot of good basketball. Very, very special thank you to my guy Reese for coming out and enlightening us. Reese, give them the times. They can come to you, give them the address and all of that stuff to where they can bring their donations at.
If you want to donate some sneakers, you can contact me on Instagram, Laced OG, Mofur24. The event will be actually this Saturday from 11 to 3 at the Newcastle Pal. Our sneaker show with 87ers will be January the 20th.
What's that address for the Newcastle Pal?
The Newcastle Pal address, I'm not even sure what the Newcastle Pal address is.
I think I know it's on Carlin Drive. It's the biggest thing on Carlin Drive.
24 Carlin Drive, I
Newcastle.
think.
Was it 34?
24, I think.
30, 24, 26 Carlin Drive, one of them. If the lady there don't let you in, then you're in the wrong place. Go to the bigger building.
Right.
Gerald, how do they get in contact with you if they're looking to place their team into the leagues?
All City Classic 302 at yahoo.com. Same thing on Facebook, Instagram. If you need to reach me by phone, 302-507-9630. Leave a message.
Definitely leave a message, not answering. He's also on CoachBsKids.com. There's a link up there that you can click and it'll send emails right to Gerald, and we're gonna get also Lace the OG's information as well. This way, if you're looking to donate or even you're just looking to keep in contact with them, you can click there and it'll either send you to an email or to send you right to their social media pages. We are also doing a toy drive. We're doing a toy drive. We're based out of Newcastle Middle. The address is 903 Delaware Street, Newcastle, Delaware. You have to go up the steps and through the white doors, and there'll be tables there. So if you're looking to bring toys in, make sure they can be brand new toys. They can be slightly used. We don't want to give them anything too messed up. Just don't, I wouldn't give that to you. So if you wouldn't give it to me, I wouldn't give it to you. Don't give it to them. We also have skills and drills on Monday nights at Newcastle Middle. It is $10. It's open to boys and girls ages 6 to 13, and then we have high school workouts after that at 7:30. Go to CoachBsKids.com. All the information is there. We also have a league coming up, as I stated earlier. It starts at 3 years old. It's open to boys and girls, 3 years old, all the way up to 18. We're not leaving anybody out. The cost is $75. It's 7 weeks long. Games will be on Friday. There'll be coaches. There'll be music. There'll be all kinds of stuff. We have a concession stand. There'll be different vendors around. You can buy a bunch of different stuff. It's definitely based on the community. Admission is free. You don't pay anything to get in if you're just looking to come hang out with us. It starts at 6 o'clock. The last game is at 9:30. I'm very, very easy to get in contact with. Coach B's Kids on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Coach B's Kids at Gmail. We'd like to send another special thank you to Cooley out there. He's also doing a toy drive, one of the biggest toy drives I've ever seen, like ever in my life. He's doing, I think it's 4,000 toys this year. He just did like 800 turkeys. Like, shout out to Cooley and the things he's doing, trying to hold Wilmington down, man. The whole east side, all you guys, man. Good guys out there doing some good stuff. Again, we'd like to thank Ed Harrison, man, a staple in the community, man. You need to know anything, you got any kids that need mentoring, bringing up here. Shout out to Bull Body Project, one of our sponsors. He makes sure all the kids stay in good health, man, keep them in the right mind, giving them that extra motivation. If you need a haircut, you're just looking to make yourself look good and feel good, haircuts always do it for you. We're here at Prom Styles every Wednesday night. If you want to be in the audience, this is how it starts. You need a haircut, come see Ed, come see Sean, Jill, everybody in here, man. We really appreciate you guys for letting us come down here and just express how we feel and talk about some things that's important to us. Big shout out to Greg Parker. Shout out to the OG and the Lace, man. We definitely gonna do some things. We'll have a big show coming up March 10th, so be on the lookout for that. Just tons of good things, man. We trying to change. 2018 belongs to the three guys that's sitting right here. If you're not a part of us, you need to get with us soon. Open gym Monday nights as well. We start at 8:30 to 10:30. It's $5. Got to be at least 21 years old. Come in there, no hoods, man. We got strict rules. Facebook Live, make sure you wear your clean sneaks and make sure you bring your A game, because the moment you fall down, the entire world, all 2,000 of my followers are definitely going to comment. They're all basketball players. Yo, we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in tonight, man. We'll see y'all next Wednesday.